I smoked weed for over 10 years. I started smoking when I was 14 years old. Like most teenagers, you start dabbling with different types of substances, and next thing you know, fast forward a few years, and now you're consuming large quantities multiple times a day. Like most addicts, I can't moderate the substance I'm taking, and in this case, weed. I can't just spark one joint a day or one joint a week or once every few months. It's either I do a lot or I don't do it at all. I'm not gonna lie as well and say that the journey to quit was easy. It was one of the hardest things I did. And I do hope that my story is gonna inspire you to quit and understand that it's a whole process and you have to do certain things to want to quit. Like I said, I started at the age of 14. Fast forward a few years, I'm around 18, 19. I dropped out of school. I'm smoking weed multiple times a day, just being a total loser, okay? All my days, every activity revolved around smoking weed. In 2020, during the pandemic, I started a YouTube channel called Stony Rob 420. If you know me, if you recognize me, yes, I'm Stony Rob 420. I used to make weed content. I used to smoke multiple times a day, doing crazy challenges like smoking 7-gram blunts, eating 2,000 milligrams of THC, or taking 100 bong rips back to back. I had a pretty degenerate channel. And honestly, after about a year, it started taking off and YouTube started paying me and I was getting sponsorships from it. In all honesty, this YouTube channel was just a way for me to justify my addiction. I was getting paid, everyone around me was doing it, and I didn't see anything wrong with it. Give it about a year later in 2021, I did a YouTube video called Taking the Fattest Bong Rips or something along those lines, where I was paid by a company to promote a bong and a pipe. I was paid like $250 US. So at the time, that was a lot of money. And as I was setting up the whole scene, table, camera, tripod, all that stuff, I felt something was off. I just didn't feel good about it. As I was smoking and the high getting more and more intense, my heart was pounding, my head was spinning, and I felt like absolute garbage. It's like everything that I neglected about myself came back racing in just one instant. I was having a panic attack. I cut off the video, literally threw away the bongs, threw away the pipes, closed the camera, went back home, went to sleep. Something changed in me that day. Something clicked and it told me that I don't want to keep smoking. I do not want to keep doing it. Yet I'm still doing it because I'm getting paid and it feels like I'm doing the right thing. But it just didn't feel like me. It took me 3 years after that to officially want to quit. So from 2021 to 2024, I was constantly struggling with weed. Every time I was sober, I wanted to get high. Every time I was high, I wanted to get sober. And this may be the story of most people's lives regarding weed. May 2024, I got arrested and sent to prison. I spent about 3.5 weeks incarcerated. You can say I got lucky, not really lucky, but you get what I mean, to be in a place where you don't really have access to weed. But when I got there, I actually got offered some weed, but it was not because I wanted to quit that I said no. It was not because I didn't want to accept any favors that I said no. It was because it was $300 a gram to smoke. And in my head, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with a gram? I'm going to smoke that like this. So I'm not going to spend $300. The first 3 weeks, I was living hell. I got lucky. I was alone in my cell. I didn't have a cellmate. My stomach was turning. I felt nauseous. I was having crazy, vivid nightmares. It was hell. I was not enjoying it. 3.5 weeks later, after getting incarcerated, I was granted bail. I decided to keep my streak going. I did not want to smoke. But when I got out, I had to make a choice. I had to cut off a lot of people that were smoking weed around me, and I had to get off social media because my algorithm was completely trashed. It was only people smoking weed, weed related content, or rappers smoking weed. So I quit social media entirely. The first 2 months were hell. I was not able to sleep, and if I was able to sleep, I was having crazy nightmares. And every single one of these nightmares, I would die in them. So I would wake up sweating, not knowing where the hell I am, what time is it, for the first 2 3 minutes, truly believing I died. It was rough. It sucked, okay? It freaking sucked. And I almost relapsed just because of that, because I was having nightmares and I wanted them to stop. As well, I was being a complete asshole to everyone around me. I was easily, easily angered. Just the slightest inconvenience would turn me into Hulk. I would get super angry. And I really thought about relapsing, but I told myself it had to get worse for it to get better. I have to go through the suck. It sucked and I had to go through it. Simple as that. And I'd say about six, maybe like, maybe honestly, like 10 weeks in, I started to feel better. My mood was improving and it slowly got easier. I wasn't really thinking about smoking. Yes, sometimes I would get triggers, like if I would watch a movie, for example, and the person smoked a cigarette, it would remind me of smoking weed, but I was capable of suppressing that feeling quite easily. And since I wasn't hanging out with people that would smoke weed, I was able to get through it a lot easier. I want to shout out my friends and my family that supported me through this journey because they knew I was quitting and I was being an asshole, yet they stuck by me, which I do appreciate. So a support system is very good. I'd say after the 6 month mark is where I really saw the benefits. Because let's be honest, if you're smoking every day for 10 years daily, it's going to take some time for your body to adjust and to actually see some positive changes. I was able to sleep early without smoking. I was able to bring back my appetite. I was gaining weight naturally without having to eat more than I need. And I felt a lot better of myself. A lot better. I was motivated. I loved life. And above all, I was able to do the boring stuff that I was not able to do before when I used to smoke weed. I used to, if I needed to do the laundry, I would smoke. If I needed to go eat, I would smoke. If I needed to cook, I would smoke. If I had an important job interview to calm down, I would smoke. I would smoke for literally any occasion. If I wanted to play video games, I needed to smoke. Just nothing, I wasn't able to enjoy anything without consuming weed. And after that 6 month mark, I was able to do the boring stuff without weed. And life just felt a lot better. Kind of like I was able to grab life by the balls. I wasn't able beforehand. On top of that, I wasn't wasting my time. Time went by kind of slower, but I wasn't wasting it. I wasn't watching TikToks or Instagram reels back to back for 2 hours straight, high out of my mind, not realizing that 2 hours have passed. I'm not rewatching the same cartoons that I watched already for 1,000th time. I wasn't just chilling in my bed, not doing anything, halfway comatose because I just ate a fuck ton of edibles. No, I was enjoying life. And something I noticed by quitting is I became a lot more social. Weed gave me subtle anxiety. I was not as social as I started off. Like I was a social kid and I was a social teenager, and I kind of feel as the years went by smoking weed, my social interactions diminished, and I kind of just felt like sitting at home doing nothing and smoking weed and being okay being alone and bored because I'm high. Everything's fine because you're high. The world may be burning around you, but you're high, so it's all good. And I'd say about on the 10th month, I stopped counting. It's been like maybe like give or take, what are we? August right now. So May, June, July, August, 4 months later. So I'm like about like 14 months sober from weed. On the 10th month, I stopped counting. And I was watching an episode of Peaky Blinders, and there's a side character that was speaking to one of the main characters, Arthur, and he said something along the lines of, don't climb don't climb it as if it's a mountain, walk it like it's a flat plane. And that quote stuck by me, and it still sticks by me every single day when I'm going through something I don't enjoy. Things are a lot easier to overcome if you see them as if you're walking straight and taking one step at a time, instead of just trying to climb this huge mountain, which is the problem that you assume is happening to you, if that makes sense. So that quote was very important to me, and I do hope that whoever's watching this uses this quote every time something bad happens to you, because like I said, it's a lot easier to walk a flat plane than to try to climb a mountain. And ever since then, I really just stopped counting. It's just regular life now. And the regularness of life may be scary to some, but once you really start to enjoy it, you don't really want to turn back. And I don't regret quitting. Weed may be good for some people and is bad for others. For me, for almost 10 years, I thought it was good for me. I didn't see anything wrong with it. But once you start sobering up and you start just feeling life again without some substance that's giving you crazy dopamine rushes, there's beauty in it. And there's beauty to the regularness of life. I'm not here to demonize weed. I'm not here to say it's the worst thing on the planet. There's a lot more worse things out there that may affect you. But if you do struggle with it and you're not motivated, you feel like crap all the time, and you're not going after your dreams, you're not achieving anything, I highly suggest you quit, because all the time that you're spending, just like me, smoking weed, not doing anything else, is time you should have spent learning something new, whether it be playing the guitar, learning social skills, learning stocks, whatever it may be. I don't care what it is. You spent it smoking weed. So if you're willing to quit, it starts with you, and you just got to make the choice that you want to stop it. Do hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something and enjoyed this story time-ish video. I don't know what you want to call it, but if you did enjoy it, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. You guys already know what to do. I'm building a school program. It's not ready yet, but I'm going to launch it very soon, where there's going to be all my ebooks included in the school program for free, and all the sort of content in more detail that I'm dropping on YouTube in the school program, as well as multiple courses. So when I launch that, check that out. I also have a How to Quit Weed Forever ebook in the description. If you want to quit, I suggest you read that book and you read it multiple times. It's going to help you along with your journey. See you guys next time. Bless you.